Welcome back to Fantasy Maiden Wars Mystic. Last time I had these for beat up a bunch of fairies in Cerno. Reimu, Marissa, Kine, and Alice. Yes. I got a lot of points. I got a lot of life points. I'm gonna take a little bit to upgrade my units, because my upgrades from the last game didn't carry over. One thing that's worth pointing out, though, is that the weapon upgrades did not carry over either, and rather than having to go into a different menu to access that, it just go into unit upgrades and lets you do it. Kinda nice, honestly. Anywho, upgrading units now. Alright, so the units I upgraded were Reimu. Well, I upgraded all of them, but Reimu I gave 4 in HP, 2 in MP, 4 in mobility, and 1 weapon. Marissa, 2 in everything but weapon. Kine, 2 HP and 4 armor. Alice, 2 in HP and MP. And Cerno, 2 HP, 2 MP, and 1 mobility. Skills, I should probably do a little bit, since they've got a lot of points for skills. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Well, actually, first I should point out that there's new skills. I don't remember all of the new skills, but I'm a fan of Tipsy myself, and Morale. Those are both really useful in my opinion, because if you can survive for a few turns, you'll get enough power to be able to start using your big attacks. I like Morale more than Tipsy, if I'm being honest, but it costs more, so that kind of makes sense. Shotgunning is fun if you've got close range units with ranged attacks. Combo attack only really works well if you've got support attack, but it's useful. Instinct is useful. Streaming is useful. Predict belief. Ignore distance is useful. Ignore distance, I have a specific unit in mind for ignore distance, so I will get that later on, probably. MP save, ammo save. Both of those are useful. MP save's probably going to go on Marissa. Ammo save's probably going to go on Reimu, honestly, at some point. I might do that now. I might hold off on that a little bit. All the various stat up abilities. So yeah, that's all the interesting stuff that I'm aware of. If you have questions about any of the skills, ask in comments or something. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, so I have given Reimu ammo save, Marissa MP save, Kine support defense level 1, Alice morale and instinct level 1, and Cerno morale and prevail level 1. One thing I am going to show off now that I've actually gotten skills done is the unique skills for units. So Reimu has Yokai Buster, Marissa has Danmaku Power level 1, but I could replace that with Hard Worker, which makes it so she gains 20% more experience. Or Magic Thruster, level 1, which for 10 MP, hit innovation rates increased by 15%. It can be used 3 times, or I can have Danmaku Power. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with Magic Thruster, because that seems useful to me. Kine only has Teacher, which is useful. Alice only has Horai Doll at the moment, and Cerno has either Freeze or Dual Fairies. Dual Fairies is useful when I get Dayusei, but for now, I'm going to have Freeze on Cerno. I'm going to look at my items real quick. Uh-oh. Yes, okay, there we go. So I've got a bit of variety. Mouse tail. These are all items I would have logically had at the end of the other one, although the Frozen Frog is actually from Cerno, having beaten her in the last one. Honestly, I'm gonna go give Reimu the Frozen Frog and the E-Shooter, the Mouse Tail, I mean, not E-Shooter. Marissa is going to get the Mouse Tail and Beer, because that's a good idea, I feel. Kine's gonna be given a Tengu's Fan to remedy the fact that she's slow, and an Oni's Nail to beef her up a bit more. Alice... I'll give Alice the E-Shooter, and I think that's all I'm gonna give people for now. because that's all the items I've got that are useful. I'll probably swap them around a bit depending on where I'm at, and what I feel needs to be done. But with that, it's time to start the next map. Ooh, that's a pretty sight. It really is. Now I wish I brought lunch. I've got an appetite for some autumn flavors. It'd be great if we had some baked sweet potatoes. If you're a magician, shouldn't you want to do some autumn reading instead? I'm a fan of being practical. When my belly's empty, no way I can do magic. So what about you? If you had a bunch of leaves, would you use them as bookmarks or something? Don't put me on your level. I pressed them into letters. Sheesh, you were all so worked up when we left, but now all of the nervous tension is gone. Hey, wait up! What's up? I'm trying to catch that Kedama, but it keeps getting away from me. Hey, don't bully my pet. I'm not bullying it, I just want to freeze it a bit. People normally call that bullying. Speaking of that Kedama, did you stop keeping it in a bottle? Yeah, I tried letting it out and it didn't run away. But every time I want to play with it, it just hides back inside. Reminds me of me, so I like it. What are you feeding it? I bet you've tried all sorts of things. I did, but I gave up. It just won't eat in front of me, no matter how many bugs I give it. You're a horrible owner. That's a pathetic way to raise a pet. Here, come to me. Hehe, that tickles. You're quite playful. It likes her. Maybe it just doesn't like its owner. Shiro, I'm your master. Don't get too used to other people. I suppose Shiro will be staying with me until we reach Yokai Mountain then. No doubt, and we should be arriving at the foothills soon. Now that I think about it, Nidori's at Yokai Mountain too. I've been meaning to go visit, but I never did find a guide. Well, of course Yokai Mountain doesn't permit strangers to enter. Even other yokai are turned away. That's weird. We're all yokai. Why are they so mean? The residents of Yokai Mountain have created their own society with its own laws. This is especially the case for the current rulers, the Tengu. They have a very strong sense of fellowship, but only to their kind. That's why they guard their territory so zealously. Yokai Mountain seems like a very peculiar place. I suppose, but that peculiarity may be why the mountain is home to one of the Gensokyo's oldest races, the Kappa. Well, if that god is up there, I'm sure the place is a mess right now. I wouldn't be so sure. I can feel an aura of abundance even from here. Tengu, Kappa, and now gods. We're dealing with a ton of ancient stuff, huh? Keep it down, they'll hear you. Fine with me. I'm getting bored. I was expecting some kind of savage wasteland. Okay, then let's start the adventure. Chapter 17. The Mountain Where Gods Reside. Alright, so, something that I'm gonna just point out real quick, since I can. Cost. This means cost here, down over here. This is my maximum cost that I have available for this. This is how much each unit costs. So, like, this one is Reimu, Marissa, I think Kine, Alice, and Cerno. But yeah, cost. Basically, if these add up, if the units I'm deploying, this number adds up to less than this number down here, then I'm good, and I can deploy all those units. If it adds up to more, then I can't deploy many units. I'm gonna be getting more than just the 9, I think, from the last game. Mostly it's gonna be different units, but for now, I got these 5. So this is Yokai Mountain. The closer we get, the prettier it looks. The scenery at the shrine can't even compare to this. I like the shrine more. It has baked sweet potatoes. You'd be fine with anywhere as long as there's sweet potatoes, huh? You wanna try digging for some here? Hey, don't forget why we came. Sane, Kochiya invited us all here too. Huh? Something smells good. Are those sweet potatoes? Ooh, they are! My wish came true! Even though you're a fairy, you want to eat a god? How ridiculous! What insolence! Though, now that I take a closer look, there's a lot more than fairies here. I don't think there's an autumn festival going on. Just who are you people? That's our question. You sure came out of nowhere. Don't pick a fight. Those two are the gods who govern autumn, the Aki sisters. Gods? They smell like half-done sweet potatoes. So are they sweet potato gods? How rude. I am the god of abundant harvests, Minariko Aki, and this is my older sister. Shizuha Aki, the god of autumn leaves. I heard there were all sorts of gods residing in Yokai Mountain, but I didn't expect to run into some already. Well, in any case, I suppose you've all come to see a sign of a good harvest? Are you sure? To come all the way to Yokai Mountain, clearly they must want to watch the leaves. After all, the best way to enjoy autumn is with your eyes, and nothing surpasses the beauty of autumn leaves. Ho-ho, you're smart, sis. You can't catch those humans' hearts like that. After all, the best way to enjoy autumn is with your tongue, and the taste of sweet potatoes can't be beat. The leaves are the best. No, the sweet potatoes are. You know, I thought gods would be a little more dignified. There are all sorts of gods. Anyway, should we pretend we didn't see them? Wait a second, you all should show a little more reverence. That's right, this is a mountain where gods reside. It's a dangerous place for strangers and humans. We're aware of that, but we came to this mountain at a certain Moria Shrine's request. It would be very much appreciated if you could tell us anything about them. I don't see why I should help disrespectful scum. You're pretty petty for a god. I'd tell you not to provoke them, but at this point I don't think they'd listen to anything we have to say. Don't worry about it so hard. I've been waiting for something simple like this. We are 2 of the 8 million gods. I suppose it's our responsibility to turn away careless humans. This is rude to do to people we've just met, but allow us to teach you a brief lesson in pain. Alright. So, my objectives for this victory condition is to defeat Minariko. I lose if all my allies are defeated. Kind of the standard there. And the bonus objective is to defeat Shizuha after Minariko declares her spell card. So it isn't SP, but that little blue symbol, blue text there means that you have a spell card. You have a bomb. That's kind of all I really need to talk about here. At least for the moment. So let's start things off. Alright, yes. Let's start things off by taking out some Kedama. Such easy to dodge Danmaku isn't an issue for Reimu. Nice, nice. Alright. So as you might be able to tell, I'm kind of just gonna power through this as much as possible. I am actually gonna do something a little bit ballsy with Marissa, although it's not very ballsy, honestly. I'd like other units than Marissa to be getting experience, so I'm gonna be sending Marissa over to soften people up since she's a higher level than other people. Specifically, I'd like Reimu to level up a lot, so that's why I sent Kain over nearby Reimu. That's a little less than ideal, but I'll make do. Hey, Reimu leveled. Nice. Shrine Maiden level 3. And she learned a personal skill, Duplex Barrier. I'll show that off in the next video? Assuming I don't lose Reimu here. That would actually be really, really annoying, but Icicle Fall going out. Cerno taking a hit, but she can survive it. Cerno's a lot better in this game than she was in previous ones, honestly. Well, the last game, I should say. She's not just an extra unit who can tank really, really hard for a single attack. Anywho, let's soften that unit up to for Reimu, or get the kill with Kine, that works too. I don't remember the name of this attack, but it's lasers. It's the one where she flies up and then down and fires a bunch of lasers, if I'm remembering right. I'm pretty sure I am, but, you know. Yep, I was right. Phew. Marissa doing work. Holy crap, almost one-shot that fairy. I'm gonna send Cerno in to secure the kill with a melee attack. I'm also going to take advantage of the fact that Alice and Marissa are right beside each other to use the Proto-Malice Cannon, which I don't think I showed off in the last one, so I'm going to show its animation now. I wanted to show it off and I don't... No, I did get a chance to show it, I think. Yeah. The delightful sounds of the game when it's sped up and you're using an attack like that. Nope, that's all my units. Cerno's gonna use Perfect Freeze here, assuming she doesn't die instantly, but, you know, this is Cerno we're talking about here, so anything's possible. Bam. Kick. So glad I found out that Perfect Freeze has its fancy kill animation. It's satisfying to see. This is one of Alice's long-range attacks. I think this is Artful Sacrifice, where she throws dolls at them and the dolls explode. Yep, I was right. Rest in peace, fairy. You fucked up. That gets rid of the Danmaku, making this other fairy a little bit less of a threat. So I'm gonna do something kind of dumb and use Shanghai Doll to show that off. Truthfully, I should be going for defense or evasion here, but I like showing off the animations, and it's not like I'm playing on hard or lunatic. I do like the changes to the animations that have happened, though. Alright. Let's have Kine patch up Alice. Cerno probably... I don't think Cerno needs it, because, yep, she has HP regen S. So she can just kind of do her own thing for a bit, and she will eventually heal up to max. Everybody else, well, they have to play it a little bit more carefully. One to 3 or 2 to 6. Excuse me. We've seen Kine's sword attack I don't know how many times now. We have not, however, seen the new evil ceiling circle, however. So I'm going to show that off. Not that it's particularly new. Same animation as before, basically, just slightly better looking effects, in my opinion. I might be completely wrong, and it might be exactly identical effects, but I can't tell the difference. I'm playing the game at a higher resolution, so it looks better. I'm not sure that's going to come through in the recording as well, but it's the case. Kine doing the support defense thing. Always nice. Let's use homing amulets and show that animation off. Might as well. Oh, I should have pointed it out on the HUD earlier, but it actually shows the hit % chance of your ally using support attack. So you don't just have to blindly guess or try to figure out what their hit rate would be on somebody just on your own. Kind of nice, that, honestly. I like it, at least. Hey, Marissa level, Magician level 3, that's useful. I don't remember specifically what that does. Attack power, range, accuracy, and magic barrier strength. So yeah. I should probably have made Horai dolls, but she learned Shanghai doll! I'll show those off in the next chapter, too. Probably. Oh man, it's Shizuha attacking. I found some lovely fall leaves on my way here. Was that your power at work? Yes, precisely. Do you appreciate the beauty of fallen leaves? Yes, I love the distinctive scent of leaf mold. To me, it's the smell of autumn. Yes, exactly! I think you and I could get along. The first of the new themes. Shizuha Aki, one of the goddesses of autumn. She attacks using autumn leaves. honestly, these characters aren't super memorable to me, but I like them nonetheless. I'm gonna need to patch Alice up a bit. Move Reimu up so I can start shooting the Kedama. Let's throw out some Horai dolls so I can get my support defense up. Well, I say get my support defense up, but in reality what I'm doing is I'm going to be murdering people's faces. With the Malice Cannon! Kinda like that. Alright, so next what I need to do is, assuming I want to get the bonus, which I would like to do, is I need to take out Minariko, and get her spell card declared, and then defeat Shizuha. Marsa's at 123 power, which is not quite as much as I would like her to have, but, well, I just gotta make do. Let's move that Horai doll there, that one there, and that one there. Yes. And then let's throw a magic missile at Minariko. So I get that you're a god of autumn, but what kind of blessings do you hand out? I'm a harvest god, so whenever harvest time comes, I make sure the yield is delicious. Oh, so if I start worshipping you, does that mean the squash back at my place's garden? You're way too late for that! If you wanted my blessing, you should have prayed while you were tilling the soil. And Minariko has more HP than Shizuha. Something something, she eats more so she's fatter. She attacks using sweet potatoes. Also, Marsa, what the fuck are you doing? Dodge, damn it. You're lucky I've got Kine there, who also has support defend. Rest in peace, Shanghai doll. Or not. Whoa, that's actually a little surprising. I would have sworn that Shanghai doll... Horai doll... Horai doll? Horai doll was gonna die there. Really? You're going after... Okay, I guess. I thought I was prepared for anything when we set off, but I never expected a Danmaku battle with a god. We warned you earlier. If you had just withdrawn then, this wouldn't be happening. Don't be so presumptive. If you continue to be so arrogant just because you're gods, then the day may come where the people lose all faith in you. I apologize. That was rude of me. It's a habit of mine to lecture people. They do have different themes. It's a little strange. Shizuha's theme is a little bit more laid back, I feel, while Minariko's is a little bit more angry? Aggressive? I don't know. Personally, I like Shizuha's theme a little bit more, but meh. Of course, though, I have to show off Fantasy Seal. You really do smell nice. How many times are you all going to say that? Don't tell me you're going to eat me. Not funny. I'm just giving you a compliment, sheesh. Though your scent is making me a little hungry. Freshly harvested sweet potatoes make up my perfume. Do you think I'm going to let a shrine maiden eat me? Minariko, you're weird. She just said she wasn't going to eat you. Pay attention. The first use of Fantasy Seal this game. Here we go. I think it's the first use. I'm pretty sure I didn't use it in the last chapter. The sound effects are far more satisfying for Fantasy Seal in this game, in my opinion. And Reimu give no craps. Now that I think about it, I've seen your face before at the harvest festivals. Oh, you're that magician who puts on plays with puppets! Indeed. Perhaps I should have been more inconspicuous. Out of curiosity, why did you remember me? How could I not? I never forget how you stole all of the children's attention away from me. I think Minariko has the wrong priorities there. But alright. She just barely lived. Okay, hopefully she doesn't take out Alice, but not the end of the world if she does. Nope, she didn't. Alright, cool. I can move Shanghai dolls up. Horai dolls. I think this is Horai. God, I am bad at life. Horai dolls, yes. I can move these up to cover her a bit more effectively. Oh, heck with it. Let's give Cerno the kill. My, it sure has gotten cold. I wonder why. It's because I'm around. You better watch out. Gah! You're an ice fairy. You're reminding me of winter. Go away. Shoo! They're gods of autumn. They don't like winter. That'll come into play later, though. More, I mean. How dare you dodge? That was a 90+% hit rate. Your butt. I mean, Cerno dodged too, so it's fair, but still. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna see if I can't get you with a Horai doll. Because that would be hilarious. Damage, yeah, that's about what I expected. Alright, rest in peace, Horai. Alright, well I guess the kill's going to go to Kine then. Not that that's a bad thing. It better go to Kine. Thank you for your hard work at the Harvest Festival a few days ago. I don't think this is the right time for that. Well, it's rare that I get an opportunity to meet you, so I thought... Was I being rude? I can't tell if you're making fun of me or if you're just an airhead. That's just how Kine be. Alright, now I just need to beat Shizuha. Gah! I'm not done yet! Minariko, are you alright? Don't worry about me. I refuse to die until I've burned the power of autumn into their eyes. All of you, prepare yourselves for a savage harvest. This spell card is Baked Sweet Potato Room. You think you got enough sweet potatoes in there? Look, I'm serious here. You should turn back. What, you begging for your life? No. The yokai past this point are too powerful for you to handle. It won't end well for you if you go any further. You mean the Tengu? I already fought them before, and I won. Really? I never knew such humans existed. That's true, you do fight the Tengu in Fantasy Maiden War Scarlet. Oh man, 2,500 damage just right off the bat. Well, that's all my units. Hopefully I don't die. Okay. I guess I get to show off the sweet potato room. The spell card is weird. You'll see what I mean. Thank you, Kain. Did I mention that one was weird? It's fucking weird. Still did 1,000 damage to Kain though, so take that how you will. Good damage on Minariko. Not much better than just Magic Missile was though. Hey, I'm gonna get to show off Amaterasu. That's a fun spell. Uh-oh. Never mind. Hang in there, Kain. Don't die on me. Ooh, good damage from Kain. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so I should talk about... Looks like she's spicing things up with a spell card. Figures she's stronger than the other yokai around these parts. Be on your guard. You remember the spell card rules, right? Obviously. The other person's attack will only last a certain number of turns, so you have to beat them in that time to win. If you win, you'll get a lot of XP and points, but if you can't do it, you should just run. It's something like that, right? Exactly. The timer's in the top right of the screen, so you can't miss it. Spell cards usually have special effects. Be sure to hold A, square, to check. Gotcha. Okay, let's start the spell card battle. After being attacked, power -5. Oof. That one's kind of mean, but it ain't nothing I can't handle. I have poor planning. Alright, well, let's take you out. Or at least try to. Kah! Shizuha? Sorry, Minariko. Teach those girls the true splendor of autumn. Are you serious? Shizuha! Shizuha! They're pretty overdramatic. If they're always this noisy, they must be a hassle to everyone around them. No, I think the autumn harvest has just inspired a particularly energetic performance. I hope there won't be an encore. Sheesh, you've all made us look like fools. Now I'm really angry. I'll make up Shizuha's share. Witness the power of autumn! She got more power, and I got bonus life points. And I got a 5-color shell and a bomb. Both useful things. Interesting. I'm just getting damage in at this point. This way I can get a Master Spark in if I don't finish her this turn, which I suspect is honestly kind of unlikely. Oh, I didn't show off the headbutt animation. Well, whatever. I'm gonna finish her with Fantasy Seal. Whoops! Oh well. It's time. Rest in pieces. Get fucked. Etc. That wasn't a lot of damage, but it was satisfying. Ugh, I'm done for. Well, that wasn't too bad. It was a nice warm-up. Now then, let's see what Sane has to say for herself. Since we came all the way out here, we ought to grab some veggies too. You're a harvest god, right? I bet you've got a ton saved up. Hey, don't be so harsh. There won't be a harvest festival next year if you take everything now. To raise your hand against a god, and then make such rude demands. You'd better not complain about any divine retribution. You started it, you're all talk. Shush! Now, as much as it pains me to do this, I shall allow you all to proceed. Rainbow leveled! Woo! Another Oni snail. She got away, and fast, too. After all that bragging, I was expecting a little more. Well, whatever. Let's get a move on. Like I said earlier, there are all kinds of gods. In any case, it's a shame we couldn't explain the situation to that god. I imagine that at this point we're intruders. Yeesh, you've been worrying this whole trip. If anyone gets in our way, I'll take them out. Well, there's a plan with your name all over it. Anyway, let's hurry up. Wait, I can feel a presence. No, multiple ones. That's a lot of Tengu. Whoa, a ton of Tengu came! I would have sworn... Reimu, Hakare, and Marissa Kurisame, just as we were told. I warned you not to get involved in the mountain's affairs, you know. That's the Tengu from before. I guess I should have expected a sudden greeting. The Kappa came too. I wonder if Nidari's around. Marissa... There's no way such a large crowd could assemble so suddenly. I knew it was a trap! Yes, and the only person who could have organized this is... Thank you for coming. Sane. Please take a look. This is the power at our disposal. What's that supposed to mean? Yokai Mountain and the Moria Shrine have formed a bond based on faith. We are now in a mutually beneficial relationship. How so? Forget that! Did you really grab all these Tengu just to make a trap? Pretty rude of you. Not at all. I invited everyone to come here to prove the difference in power between our shrines. From where you are standing, you should be able to see the faith we have gathered from the mountain. I'm sure you can understand the implications. Yeah, well, so what? This doesn't scare us. Freeze! Nidari, what are you doing? Out of the way! I won't move. I can't let you get past everyone. Besides, how can you even ask that when you've made the mountain yokai your enemies? Nidari? Isn't it a shame, Marissa Kurisame? You can smash through a single person, but in the face of all of us, you are powerless. Though you're welcome to try. Looks like we're up against all of Yokai Mountain. We've been dealt a poor hand. That Shrine Maiden wasn't alone, and the Tengu have surrounded us. I see you understand. Now that Lady Asuka has become this mountain's goddess, the Moria Shrine has regained its might.
And as you now know, the harsh truth of the matter is that we possess far more faith in the Hakurei Shrine. Lady Yasuka? Is that the name of your goddess? Indeed. And if Lady Yasuka were to become the enshrined goddess of the Hakurei Shrine, the shrine would easily regain its faith. It's true that my shrine doesn't have many worshippers, but do you really think I'm just going to stand here and listen to this? Reimu, stop! Don't just ignore the situation and mouth off. I will ask once more. Reimu, for the sake of Gensokyo's faith, will you please relinquish the Hakurei Shrine? The results would greatly benefit Gensokyo. Stand down, Reimu. We don't have a chance. I know. Let's go back to the shrine. Wow, they ran away with their tails between their legs. I'm grateful for everyone's help today. There's no need to thank me for doing my duty. More importantly, have you accomplished your goal, Lady Kochiya? We have. Now that she is aware of our superior might, I am certain Reimu will submit to the Moria Shrine. You're avoiding my question. Don't you want to avenge your loss to the Hakurei Shrine Maiden? I do. If it's just a matter of displaying the differences in our shrine's amount of faith, I would have preferred to convince Reimu in a Danmaku battle. However, Lady Yasuka's wishes are of greater importance than my feelings. If that's how you feel, I'll leave it at that. But I wouldn't relax so soon if I were you. If you ask me, you don't know those girls very well. What makes you say that? To be brief, they are likely to return with a larger group. Bingo! Lady Kochiya, didn't you see a large gathering of humans and yokai at that shrine last summer? I did. There's quite a noisy crowd there this time, too. Very well. Please keep an eye on Reimu and her group. I expect they'll start moving soon. Understood. I trust you have no problems with me sending out scouts? Not at all. I'd appreciate a detailed report. I'll be returning to Lady Yasuka's side now, so please excuse me. Yeesh, work day in and day out. Our new god sure is diligent. Indeed. Every time I meet her, she's busy with something. Well, I don't care about her. I just don't want our workload to increase too much. By the way, don't you think it's strange? Even though we give offerings weekly, yokai are banned from the shrine grounds, barring summons. According to the Moria Shrine, that's just how we should show our faith. I may not understand the reasoning, but the great Tengu gave the order, and I won't shirk my duties. Well, aren't you a loyal puppy? I'm a white wolf. Anyway, you can ponder it all you want. As long as both sides are satisfied, there's no problem. I suppose. That's why we agreed to cooperate, after all. Now then, how to handle the monitoring? Are there any Crow Tengu available to head out? Yep, but I don't think our groups will play nice. Do you want to form 2 squads? Seems reasonable. I'll go gather up any Tengu interested in going. Sheesh, what a hassle. If those humans end up giving up, I won't have much of an article. We didn't have to run away! Yeah, what she said. Those jerks get what they want. I can't play here anymore. Both of you calm down. The situation isn't that simple. Yes, our opponent is Yokai Mountain, Gensokyo's single largest force. Maybe, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stand for chickening out. Hey, Reimu, say something. Reimu? This is just a thought, but maybe it'd be for the best if I handed the shrine over. What did you just say? Well, the god at the top of that mountain seems like they're better at gathering faith. All I can do is exterminate yokai. Don't you think their shrine is a lot more shrine-like? That's nonsense. A shrine's worth isn't decided by its total faith. And besides that, crushing a shrine doesn't sound like something a god would normally say. Aren't you the slightest bit suspicious? You normally would be. Well, I did think it was a little weird, but let's face it, they're better at gathering faith. What am I supposed to do about that? Hey, what kind of excuse is that? If you throw in the towel, the god over here is gonna get cut off. Indeed, this is unacceptable. Eh? Yukari. It's been a while, Reimu. I trust you've been in good health. Whoa, what is she? She came out of nowhere! Allow me to introduce myself. I am Yukari Yakumo, a yokai who lurks in the boundaries of Gensokyo. Yukari Yakumo? Who's this weirdo? Someone Reimu knows? Don't be so flippant. She's the yokai sage who created Gensokyo. She may look ordinary, but I've heard that she oversees all of Gensokyo. If that's the case, I suppose you had a good view of what happened on the mountain. Of course. That Shrine Maiden has gained immense power from all of the faith she has gathered. How do you intend to deal with this, Reimu? She gave me a business offer, and I'm thinking about it. If you didn't come up with it, you don't need it. You're better off just being yourself. What's that supposed to mean? I think you already know. You are the Hakurei Shrine Maiden, after all. And don't forget, Kensokyo has its own method of problem solving. Are you talking about the spell card rules? Exactly. Now then, how did you girls handle the mighty opponents you faced last summer? Last summer? Ah, you mean when we scolded that vampire. But that time we had Yomu and Rumia helping us out. Oh, I get it! All we have to do is grab enough people to even the odds! It's as you say. So Reimu, have you remembered how to resolve incidents? Yeah, I get it. Just settle things with the Danmaku battle like always, right? I think that's a fine idea as well, but... Yukari Yakumo, you watch over all of Gensokyo. Why are you so interested in this incident? Is our success crucial? You're thinking too much. I just saw some humans and yokai working together and decided to lend a hand. But you know, if Gensokyo were to face an onslaught of incidents, I think a group like yours might be very useful. So what you're saying is that something else will happen soon. Don't be silly. How could I know that? I'm but an ordinary yokai concerned with your growth. And with that, I shall take my leave. She's gone. Wow, she was here and then she wasn't. That's normal, though when she's involved, normal loses all meaning. Who cares? Now we know what to do. Let's go get help. Momentum's important when it comes to this sort of thing, so let's figure out a plan, quick. True. Let's meet back here 2 days from now in the morning. Having seen Yokai Mountain's forces, I'd say we should try to have more people than last summer. More hands make for lighter work, so I think it would be better to split up while we gather allies. Let me help too. I can bring anyone, right? Well, aren't you pumped? Alright then, get to it. Leave it to me. I'll be back soon. Any friends she brings over are probably going to be useless. Anyway, Alice, let's go find some helpers. Hold on, why do I have to go with you? Because we know the same people. They wouldn't give me the time of day if I went to their place alone, so you should come with me. I see. Very well, I'll go with you. Alright then, we're counting on you two. Gotcha, see ya! Well, that's that. We should start moving too, Reimu. Is this shrine really worth all this effort? Hey, don't say things like that. Everyone's heading out for your sake. You could stand to learn a little diligence from them, actually. Whatever. I guess I'll be counting on you from now on. Did you say something? It's nothing. Anyway, is there someone you want to ask? Yes, she's someone I've been wanting to bring with me here for a while. Well, now. I think we should go to her place first. I'd like to leave tomorrow, so please prepare yourself. I'll be off now. Yeesh, they all just say whatever they want. I'm never gonna get any time to relax. I guess I'll get ready for tomorrow. Might as well do that. Alright, so that was Chapter 17. At this point, I've only got Reimu and Kain. Kinda makes sense. So I'm probably going to dump some points into each of them next time. But I should point out that I did get a new thing on Reimu. Duplex Barrier. Minus 500 damage from all attacks. It's great if she's going to be tanking a lot of hits. But honestly, I kind of prefer Yokai Buster, so I'm going to stick with that. Anywho, this was Fantasy Maiden Wars Mystic. I will see you guys in the next one, or something. Bye.